Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. The baseball world has been buzzing with a rumor that sounds almost too dramatic to be real, yet insiders across the league keep repeating the same explosive sentence. Yordan Alvarez is now a member of the Los Angeles Dodgers. The whispers began quietly, like most massive stories do, with a few reporters hinting that a blockbuster exchange involving superstar talent was developing behind closed doors. At first, fans brushed it off as another wild off-season fantasy. But as the hours passed, more voices began to echo the same message. Executives, analysts, and clubhouse sources started suggesting that something truly massive had taken place. The idea of Alvarez leaving Houston once seemed almost impossible, considering how central he has been to the Astros' offensive identity. Yet baseball history is full of moments where shocking moves reshape the sport overnight. According to the growing speculation, the Dodgers' front office pushed aggressively, determined to land one of the most feared power hitters in the game. The concept of Alvarez wearing Dodger blue is already sending shockwaves through social media, talk shows, and fan forums. People are imagining towering home runs disappearing into the Los Angeles night, and pitchers around the league are likely imagining something very different. The nightmare of facing an even more dangerous Dodgers lineup. If these reports truly reflect reality, then the balance of power in Major League Baseball may have just shifted dramatically. What makes this rumor even more fascinating is the idea that this was not a simple acquisition, but a full-scale superstar exchange. Sources close to league circles suggest the Dodgers were willing to move significant talent to convince Houston to even consider such a deal. When a player like Yordan Alvarez becomes available, even hypothetically, negotiations quickly turn into high-stakes chess matches between front offices. The Astros have built a reputation for being calculated and strategic, rarely making emotional decisions when it comes to roster construction. For them to part ways with a generational hitter would require something enormous in return. That is why the phrase "trade involving stars" has been repeated so often in the rumor mill. Analysts speculate that Los Angeles may have offered a combination of elite young talent and established major league impact players to make the proposal impossible to ignore. Fans from both franchises are trying to read between the lines, studying cryptic social media posts, sudden travel rumors, and even body language from team officials. The story feels like the kind of blockbuster narrative that defines an era in baseball. If the speculation proves accurate, the Dodgers may have pulled off one of the boldest roster moves seen in years, signaling their determination to dominate not just now, but for seasons to come. From a pure baseball perspective, the thought of Alvarez stepping into the Dodgers lineup almost feels unfair. This is a hitter who can change the atmosphere of a game with a single swing, someone whose presence forces opposing managers to rethink entire pitching strategies. Over the past several seasons, he has developed a reputation as one of the most dangerous left-handed bats in the sport, capable of launching balls deep into the stands with effortless power. Imagine him hitting in the middle of an already stacked Los Angeles lineup, surrounded by stars who constantly get on base and apply pressure. Pitchers would have nowhere to hide. Every inning would feel like a tightrope walk. Fans in Los Angeles are already dreaming about the spectacle of Alvarez sending massive drives toward the pavilion seats, turning routine nights at Dodger Stadium into unforgettable moments. The Dodgers have long been known for their aggressive pursuit of elite talent, but even by their standards, this move would represent something extraordinary. It would send a message to the rest of the league that Los Angeles is not satisfied with being competitive. They want to build something overwhelming, something that forces every other contender to rethink their chances. For Astros supporters, the rumor carries a completely different emotional weight. Yordan Alvarez has been more than just a star player in Houston. He has been a symbol of the team's offensive power, a player capable of delivering in the most intense moments. The thought of seeing him in another uniform, especially one belonging to a National League powerhouse like the Dodgers, is almost surreal. Fans are asking the same question again and again. Why would Houston even consider this? Some insiders suggest the answer could be long-term roster flexibility, while others hint at a package so valuable that the Astros felt they had to listen. Baseball front offices are constantly balancing the present with the future, sometimes making decisions that shock fans in the moment but make sense years later. Still, the emotional reaction across Houston has been intense. Social media is filled with disbelief, speculation, and passionate debates about what this potential exchange means for the franchise. Supporters who watched Alvarez grow into one of the game's most feared hitters are struggling to imagine the lineup without him anchoring the middle. Whether the deal ultimately proves brilliant or heartbreaking remains to be seen, but the conversation alone shows how deeply Alvarez is connected to the Astros' identity. Meanwhile, around the league, rival teams are reacting with a mix of fascination and concern. The Dodgers have already been viewed as one of baseball's most powerful organizations, combining financial strength with an incredible ability to develop talent. Adding someone like Alvarez would push that reputation to another level entirely. Scouts and analysts are already discussing how opposing pitching staffs might adjust if this rumor becomes reality. The challenge of navigating a Dodgers lineup loaded with power, discipline, and experience will become even more intimidating. It also raises broader questions about the competitive landscape of the sport. When a team already packed with talent adds another superstar, the ripple effects spread across every division and playoff race. Front offices across the league would likely begin exploring countermoves, searching for ways to keep pace with what suddenly looks like a baseball juggernaut. In that sense, this rumor trade is not just about one player changing teams. It represents a potential shift in how the championship race might unfold, forcing contenders everywhere to reevaluate their strategies. The atmosphere among Dodgers fans right now is a mixture of excitement and disbelief. The possibility that Yordan Alvarez could soon walk through the clubhouse doors in Los Angeles has sparked endless conversations. Supporters are imagining the moment he steps onto the field in Dodger blue for the first time, the roar of the crowd, and the anticipation every time he approaches the batter's box. There's also curiosity about the players who may have been sent the other direction, since a deal of this magnitude would certainly require meaningful sacrifices. Even so, many fans appear ready to embrace the idea instantly, viewing it as another sign of the organization's relentless pursuit of greatness. Baseball thrives on moments like these, when rumors swirl and the imagination of the fan base runs wild. Whether this exchange ultimately becomes official reality or remains one of the most dramatic trade stories ever discussed, one thing is already clear. The mere suggestion that Yordan Alvarez has joined the Dodgers has captured the attention of the entire baseball world. As the rumor continues to spread, new layers of speculation are emerging about how exactly the Dodgers managed to pull off such an astonishing move. Front office negotiations at this level rarely happen overnight. Deals involving superstar players often require weeks of quiet conversations, strategic proposals, and careful evaluation from both organizations. According to the growing narrative circulating among insiders, the Dodgers approached Houston with a vision that went far beyond a simple trade. The idea was reportedly built around reshaping both rosters in a way that could benefit each franchise in different ways. Los Angeles, known for its deep farm system and willingness to invest heavily in winning, may have offered a package that blended immediate impact with long-term potential. Houston, meanwhile, has always valued sustainability, making it plausible that they listened carefully to an offer that promised future talent capable of carrying the franchise forward. This is why the phrase, "exchange of stars," keeps appearing in discussions surrounding the rumor. People close to league circles hint that recognizable names could be involved on both sides, making the story even more dramatic. If that speculation proves accurate, the trade would not only change one lineup, but could reshape multiple clubhouses at once. Another fascinating element of the rumor is how perfectly Alvarez seems to fit the Dodgers' offensive philosophy. Los Angeles has built a reputation for combining patience at the plate with explosive power, forcing pitchers to throw stressful innings again and again. Yordan Alvarez embodies that style almost perfectly. He is not just a slugger who swings wildly for home runs. He is a disciplined hitter capable of waiting for the right pitch and then punishing it with incredible force. Analysts often describe his swing as deceptively smooth, a motion that generates astonishing power without looking violent or rushed. Placing that kind of hitter into a lineup already filled with dangerous bats could transform the Dodgers into an offensive machine. Imagine the psychological pressure on opposing pitchers, knowing that even if they navigate the first part of the order successfully, Alvarez could be waiting a few spots away ready to change everything. It is the kind of scenario that keeps pitching coaches awake at night, drawing complicated plans on whiteboards in an attempt to survive an inning without disaster. Of course, a rumor of this magnitude also sparks endless debate about risk. Even the most talented players represent enormous investments, both financially and strategically. If the Dodgers truly moved major assets to acquire Alvarez, they would be making a bold statement about their championship window. Teams that pursue stars so aggressively are essentially declaring that the present moment matters above all else. They are willing to sacrifice future possibilities in order to build something unstoppable right now. That philosophy has worked brilliantly for some franchises and backfired for others, which is why baseball fans are so fascinated by blockbuster trades. Every deal carries the possibility of becoming legendary brilliance or unforgettable regret. In the case of Yordan Alvarez, however, many observers believe the risk would be worth it. His combination of power, plate discipline, and ability to perform under pressure makes him one of the most reliable offensive forces in the sport. For a contender like the Dodgers, that kind of presence could be the final piece needed to push them over the top. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Meanwhile, in Houston, speculation about the return package has created an entirely different kind of conversation. Astros fans are trying to understand what level of talent could possibly justify moving a hitter like Alvarez. Some believe the organization may have targeted elite young players who could become the next generation of stars. Others think the deal might include established major league contributors capable of stepping into important roles immediately. The Astros have always prided themselves on being forward-thinking, often making decisions that appear shocking in the moment but reveal strategic logic later. If they truly agreed to this exchange, it likely means the front office saw an opportunity to strengthen the roster in multiple areas rather than relying heavily on a single superstar. That kind of roster balance can sometimes produce surprising success, especially when combined with strong pitching and player development. Still, replacing Alvarez's bat would be an enormous challenge, which is why the rumor has triggered such intense discussion across the baseball community. For the broader sport, stories like this capture exactly why baseball never stops being fascinating. A single trade can alter narratives, shift rivalries, and redefine expectations across the league. The idea of Yordan Alvarez joining the Dodgers instantly creates new storylines that fans cannot stop imagining. Every potential matchup becomes more intriguing. Every pitching duel feels more dramatic. Even neutral observers are drawn into the excitement, eager to see how such a powerful lineup might perform over the course of a long season. Media outlets, former players, and analysts are already debating the possible consequences, turning the rumor into one of the hottest topics in baseball conversation. It is the kind of speculation that spreads rapidly because it touches every aspect of the sport: talent evaluation, financial strategy, fan loyalty, and the constant pursuit of championships. And perhaps the most captivating part of the entire story is the sense that something historic might be unfolding. Blockbuster trades involving superstars rarely happen, and when they do, they often define an era. Fans remember exactly where they were when certain legendary deals were announced, because those moments reshape the competitive map of the league. The possibility that Yordan Alvarez has become a Dodger carries that same dramatic energy. Whether confirmed officially or still hovering in the realm of speculation, the rumor alone has already ignited the imagination of baseball fans everywhere. People are picturing towering home runs in Los Angeles, wondering which stars may have changed uniforms in return, and debating how the power structure of the league might evolve from here. Until every detail becomes clear, the conversation will continue to grow, fueled by excitement, curiosity, and the irresistible thrill of a baseball world turned upside down. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.